Hello everybody, it's UniversalGiant with the moment you've all been waiting for. That's right, it's the results of my first viewer's choice poll. A few weeks ago, I asked you what your top 3 Kirby 64 ability combinations were, and now it's time for the moment of truth. So, without further ado, I give you the top 3 Kirby 64 ability combinations as chosen by you, the viewers. Believe it or not, there was actually a 4-way tie between the third place vote getters. The first of the 4 is Fire and Stone, or the Volcano ability. What Kirby does when you press B is he turns himself into a miniature volcano. And if you hold it down, he shoots lava rocks out at the top of the volcano. Now what you can do with this is you can use the D-pad to control how the rocks fly out of his top, what direction, similar to what that guy's doing. So I tilt it right, and I shoot them right. The second ability is Fire and Bomb, or the Fireworks ability. If you press B, Kirby erupts in an explosion of color and awesomeness. And that's what makes this my personal favorite ability. If you press it once, he'll explode. If you press it twice, it'll be a little bit larger. And if you press it a third time, it'll be even bigger. The range of this thing is just unbelievable. And what I love most about this is that you can just keep going through the level at the same speed as you would be without it. The only real limitation to this is that if you're caught in midair after using it 3 times, you're kind of stunned for about a second. But, you know, there really isn't much of a downside to this one. The third of the 4 third place vote getters is Bomb and Bomb, or the Homing Rockets ability. Tap B, Kirby shoots a missile out of his mouth that homes in on its enemies. Hold it down a little bit longer, and you can shoot as many as 3. Now, what makes this ability different than most of the others is that it actually homes in on your enemy. So even if you're not facing them, or you can't even see them. I mean, I just hit the Scarfy off the screen, but it actually homes in on your enemy. Now, one of the biggest downsides to this is that it doesn't last for very long if it doesn't hit anything. I think it only goes for about a second. So, its range is pretty limited, and it doesn't do a very good job of hitting things behind you. Plus, if you try to use it in the air, you'll be pretty much grounded. There's no way you can stay in the air while using this. But aside from that, I think it's pretty cool. And last but not least, we have the 4th of the third place vote getters, Stone and Spark. Press B, and Kirby shoots a stone connected to him by a beam of electricity. It doesn't make much sense physically, but it's pretty cool, and it's got an insanely huge range. One of the downsides to this ability is that once you let it go, you have absolutely no control over the motion of the rock. Now that can either be a good thing or a bad thing, because you can still move around just about as freely as you could before you use the ability, but you can't control where the rock's going to go. So if I'm stuck over here and I want to get rid of the enemy to the right of me, what I have to do is get rid of the rock and tap it again to start it again. The top 2 ability combinations won by a landslide. Your second favorite ability combination, and mine, is the Bomb and Cutter ability, also known as the Throwing Stars, or the Ninja Stars. What Kirby does when he taps B is he throws an exploding star that stuns enemies for about a half a second if it hits them, and explodes immediately afterward. What's so great about this one is that its range is absolutely insane. You can hit things from way out of your view, as long as it's within the range of the game anyway. And you can pretty much spam these as much as you want to until everything in front of you is gone. And, you know, there really isn't anything bad to say about this ability. I'm glad you guys like it as much as I do, because it really is fun to use. And finally, The best Kirby 64 ability combination, as chosen by you, the viewers, is the Spark and Cutter ability, or the double-edged lightsaber ability. I guess we've got a lot of Star Wars fans in the crowd. What you do with this? Press B to take it out, press B to swing it around, and just like a lightsaber should do, it kills anything it touches. You can jump with it. You can swing it in the air. And you don't even have to swing it to kill somebody, just as long as they walk into the back of it, they die. Even the act of turning around swings it and kills people for you. The only real downside to this is that if you jump in the air, you can't hover around by puffing up. So just be sure, if you want to jump over a gap while holding this thing, make sure that you can clear the gap, because if you jump it, you have no way of recovering if you can't make it. And of course, tap the down button against the ground to get rid of it. And that's going to do it for all of your favorite Kirby 64 ability combinations. Once again, I want to thank you guys for your votes and support. Also, let me know if you want to see more polls relating to my playthroughs. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and I'll see you in my next playthrough.